Welcome to the semi-final edition of Lachie's Weekly Footy Roundup, soon to be known as Lachie Does Footy. Anyways, we're going to be looking at the elimination and qualifying final results from last week. And we'll be taking a look back at this, looking a look at the semi-final preview, and we'll predict the games. First up, we got the elimination final. West Coast and the Western Bulldogs at Subiaco Oval. Possibly the last final played at the ground. West Coast lose by 47 points that game. Luke Dowhouse was had one of the best final series yet. 29 disposals and a goal and 9 tackles. Jason J. Hannison played great on cross half back. Anyways, his West Coast best player was actually Andrew Gaff with 35 disposals and 4 clearances. Multiple goal kickers, Liam Pickin, Josh Dunkley and Tory Dixon with 2 each for the Dogs. As for the Eagles, Josh Kennedy and Jack Darling with 2 each. I had such high hopes for West Coast this season. After that grand final loss they had in 2015 against Hawthorn, they helped Hawthorn win the premiership last year, and now they pretty much decided, they might have decided the premiership in 2016. Surely they can have a better year in 2017. Next game we're looking at the qualifying final. Geelong and Hawthorn at the MCG. Isaac Smith had the chance to... Isaac Smith, a.k.a. the future Hawthorn trader, has actually cost his own team the game on purpose to allow his future team to go to the prelim. As Geelong win by 2 points. Jordan Lewis had a great finals game for Hawthorn with 36 disposals, 11 marks and 4 clearances. Geelong's best in the qualifying final was Paddy Dangerfield. 35 disposals, 7 clearances and a point. And 553 metres gained. Multiple goal kickers in this match. Luke Bruce with 3 for the Hawks. Ryan Schoenmakers, Cyril Rioli, Jack Gunston and Sean Burgoyne 2 each. For Geelong, Stephen Motlop, Lincoln McCarthy, Tom Hawkins and Josh Caddy with 2 each. Geelong are going straight to the prelim in 2 weeks. As for Hawthorn, well, they got one more chance. If they lose to the Western Bulldogs in this next game, they're out. 4 in a row, pretty much over. Anyways, now we move on to the other qualifying final. Sydney and GWS at ANZ Stadium. First game of the year at ANZ and pretty much the last. Surely GWS can use that as their prelim home ground. Giants win by 56 points in that final. Stephen Cornelio had a solid performance for the Giants. 26 disposals, 9 tackles, 7 clearances and a goal. Dan Hanbury had another great game. 31 disposals, 7 tackles and 2 points. Now we look at the multiple goal kickers in this match. Jeremy Cameron with 4 for the Giants. Tom Scully 2 and Toby Green 2 for the Swannies. Tom Papley 2 and Kieran Jack 2. Anyways, now we move on to the next final. Adelaide and North Melbourne at Adelaide Oval. 62-point win for the Crows. First half looked pretty close, and in the second half it was all Adelaide. Now we move on to the player stats. Jared Lyons had a great game in this first final with 23 disposals, 9 tackles and 6 clearances. Could be putting himself on the market ready for trade period. Brody Smith with 29 disposals, 2 tackles and 2 goals. It'd be like a wing roll or something. Todd Goldstein was North Melbourne's best with 2 goals and 53 hitouts. Speaking of goals, for the multiple goal kickers, Eddie Betts 6, Tom Lynch 4, Tex Walker 2, Brody Smith 2, Josh Jenkins 2. For North, Magic Door 4, Lindsay Thomas 3, Sean Higgins 2, and Todd Goldstein kicked 1. Anyways, now we look at the semi-final fixtures for the next week. Next lot of finals. Friday night, we got Hawthorn and the Western Bulldogs at the MCG. This is realistically Hawthorn's last chance to keep their 5-peat hopes alive. As for the Western Bulldogs, they have knocked off one 2015 grand finalist in the Eagles. Could they do a double and beat Hawthorn to advance to the prelim to versus the Giants? We look at the team changes for this week. Toby McLean comes in this week for the Dogs. On the out is Lin Jong, while Ryan Burton and Daniel Howe are out in favour of Billy Hartung and James Sicily. Those are the 2 changes for Hawthorn. Now we look at the lineups. In the back line for Hawthorn, we've got Taylor Duray, James Frawley, Sean Burgoyne. Halfbacks, Ben Stratton, Josh Gibson, and Grant Birchall. Centre line, Isaac Smith, Sam Mitchell, Luke Hodge. Forward line, Luke Bruce, Jack Gunston, Cyril Rioli. Forward line, Paul Piopolo, James Sicily, and Ryan Schoenmakers. In the ruck line, Ben McAvoy, Jordan Lewis, and Liam Shields. On the interchange bench, Billy Hartung, Bradley Hill, Brendan Whitecross, and Jack Fitzpatrick. And now we look at the next team, the Dogs. In the back line, we've got Matthew Boyd, Joel Hamling, and Jason Johannesson. Halfbacks, Easton Wood, Dale Morris, Matt Suckling. Centre line, we've got Liam Picken, Marcus Bontempelli, and Lachie Hunter. Half forwards, Josh Dunkley, Jake Stringer, Clay Smith. Forward line, Caleb Daniel, Tom Boyd, Tory Dixon. In the centre line, in the ruck line, we've got Jordan Ruffhead being the main ruckman versus Ben McAvoy, Luke Dowhouse, and Tom Liberatore. Interchange bench, Jack McRae, Zane Cordy, Toby McLean, and Shane Biggs. Last game, it's only 2 finals this week. Saturday night, we got the Swans and the Crows at the SCG. Last time the 2 sides met was a classic in round 4. Changes this week. Jeremy Laidler and Toby Nankervis come in for the Swans, while Kurt Tippett and Callum Mills are on the out. The Crows make no changes. Backline for Sydney, Nick Smith, Heath Grundy, and Dane Rampy. Half backline, Jeremy Laidler, Alir, and Jared McVeigh. Centre line, Isaac Heaney, Josh Kennedy, and Jake Lloyd. Half forward line, Ben McGlynn, Buddy Franklin, Luke Parker. Forward line, Tom Papley, Gary Rowan, and Toby Nankervis. Ruck line, Sam Naismith, Dan Hanbury, and Kieran Jack. Sitting on the bench, Tom Mitchell, George Hewitt, Harry Marsh, Xavier Richards. Now we look at the Crows. In the back line, we've got Rory Ladd, Daniel Talia, and Luke Brown. Halfbacks, Jake Lever, Kyle Hartigan, Brody Smith. Centre line, David McKay, Rory Sloan, Rory Atkins. In the ruck line, Sauce Jacobs, Scott Thompson, and Richard Douglas. Now for the forwards. Half forwards, we've got Charlie Cameron, Tex Walker, Brad Crouch. Forward line, Tom Lynch, Josh Jenkins, Eddie Betts. Interchange bench, Kyle Cheney, Jared Lyons, Mitch McGovern, and Matt Crouch. Anyways, for my semi-final predictions, I got a feeling, I reckon Hawthorn might just scrape in and sit against GWS in the prelim next week by about 1 point. Second semi, well, I've got a feeling Adelaide's season would certainly come to an end. I reckon Adelaide's season's still alive. I'm going to Crows to versus Geelong next week in the prelim by about with an 11-point win over Sydney. And that will wrap up the semi-final episode, and we'll be back for the prelim episodes.